Why did you choose to the Olympics?
Well, because it's the biggest sporting arena on earth, and I've achieved everything in long distance racing I need to achieve, and you know, I'd won a short course world title many years ago, and there's just you know, as you get older in your career, you reflect and you think of the little things that maybe you miss, and there was an opportunity there to qualify for the Olympics. It was a big ask, and but there was a small opportunity at 38 years of age. I figured I'd be crazy not to chase that, and I decided to do that. Prior to the Sydney Olympics, you know, Australian men and women were, if you look at that era, it's really the golden era of Australian triathlon on the men's and women's side. We had phenomenal depth in the women. You know, you look at the 99 World Championships there, I think we took the top 5 places in the women. 5 of our men were in the top 10 or 11 in the world. It was incredible depth. It was great to be a part of that. It was very tense to be amongst it. It's good to reflect now and look back at that time, because at the time it was all-encompassing. That announcement was made, you're no longer on the team, you're a reserve. And I thought, what do I do now? Like, this is all I've known. I grew up on the World Cup circuit. I'd done 50 World Cup races. I'd been successful. I didn't know what to do. And yeah, I thought, well, my life's over. And I met an amazing woman during that period of time who's now my wife. And she basically slapped me around and said, snap out of it, you know, like, you're a great athlete. There's other events. Why don't we go somewhere else and be your own person? So I moved to the United States and really rediscovered my passion for the sport where I came from as a junior. I went back to the World Cup racing 2001. I won the Goodwill Games and I won another World Cup. I had a couple of sprints with Simon Whitfield in Toronto, and I crashed out at the World Championships. But I still saw myself as a short course racer, and we're very focused on Athens. And I felt that I wanted to just sit down with my federation and say, hey, give me the chance to prepare for Athens. And I was at a crossroads. They said, look, you have to follow the system again. I didn't really want to throw everything into that basket and be disappointed. I'd really started to move in a different direction in the States, and you know, I thought my last event would be the Commonwealth Games. I did the Commonwealth Games Manchester, England, and that was my last World Cup race until now. My wife is calling this my midlife crisis. I'm not buying a fast car. I'm returning to the fastest, most competitive triathlon racing in the world, and it's an enormous task. And my federation's been quite clear. There'll be no favouritism. They don't care about anything. They're looking at everybody on their merits. But what they did show me was that there was an opportunity for me to qualify, and it was black and white. And I have to accumulate points. I have to perform, and I sat with my family and we discussed it, and we discussed the importance of the Olympics in my life, and for an athlete who's achieved all I wanted to achieve in my sport. And to be honest, when I started triathlon, it wasn't an Olympic sport. The Olympic dream came later, but it's a dream that I wanted to accomplish. I won't lie. I know what I'm capable of. I know that the Brownlees, Javier, the German kids, they're quicker than I was when I was at my best. I've got nothing to lose, and someone who's got nothing to lose can be very, very dangerous. And I'm excited that a guy who started this sport racing, Mark Allen, could end this sport racing one of the greats in the Brownlees. And you know, this weekend I'm going to enjoy it. But all good, I think. Bike's done.
Bike looks nice. Nice number. 1966.
Year at 666.
So you have been out with the bike already, or after this?
Let's go with the team.
Go with the team. Okay, one
round, we roll out together.
Okay.
The bike, it'll be quick. Yeah. 1 hour. You know?
If you're used to the long distances, it's just like ridiculous.
Yeah, 1 hour. By the time you're 1 lap, you've got 5 to go.
Chris McCormack, welcome, Chris. Here we go.
I'm
second, Chris McCormack.
It's been a good year, and I've achieved what I wanted to achieve this year, accumulated points on that World Cup circuit, and now I'm eligible to qualify for the Olympics. So hopefully, if I get through to London, it'll all been worth it.
Ironman Hawaii without Chris McCormack.
Yeah.
That sounds to me like Christmas without Santa Claus.
Oh, okay.
Do you miss it?
Yeah, now I'm here, I do, I think. It's all year I didn't think I would, but since being here the last few days and getting the energy, and you just think, oh, it'd be nice to be back here racing again, because I'm still, it's not as if I've retired, I'm still competing, so you still have that drive to race. Oh, the training's completely different. It's draft legal racing, and much more run orientated, and the swim is obscenely fast, much faster than the Ironman stuff. The whole change on an older body's been difficult. You know, I left ITU racing in 2001. I was world number one and turned my back on that, and people were asking me the same questions they're asking me now. Why are you leaving ITU to do Ironman? And I've always been motivated by doing things I've wanted to do. It's not about fulfilling other people's dreams, it's about fulfilling my own, and now I'm here back on the World Cup circuit. The adaptation's been tough. I had my first injury this year. I tore a hamstring, which shows the intensity of the work they're doing. It's just a completely different sport, you know. I have immense respect for the ITU guys, as I do have immense respect for the Ironman guys, and you know, there's often this push within our sport to who's better, the ITU or the Ironman. They're both exceptional athletes in their own right. I want to show my children that it's worth chasing dreams and believing in yourself and going for things, whether you succeed or fail. It's about the journey, and yeah, I turned my back on it. You know, at the top, it's very difficult to do when you're at the top of your game. You know, you're world champion, you're winning these events, and to turn around and come 30th now in races against guys half my age, it's been tough. But you know, the objective is to make the Australian team. I'm now the number 2 ranked Australian in the world, and there's 3 spots there. If things keep going the way they are, I'll make that team and I'll fulfil a childhood dream. In 2002 was my last race like this. You know, Usain Bolt's a great runner, but he can't run a marathon. Putting a marathon runner in a 100-metre race doesn't mean one is worse than the other or one's not as good an athlete. They're 2 different sports, and I'm being competitive with, and I think I've really gained a lot of respect out of a lot of the young kids that never would have ever raced me. These guys would never have raced me. They would have read about me and I was the Ironman guy, and had I stuck with the Hawaii path, I would have just been that old guy who used to do short course racing and now is an Ironman guy and now he's retired. But now they've had the opportunity to race me, they're like, shit, this guy's pretty bloody good.
How did your training evolve during the last year? How did it change? What kind of adjustments did you make? If you look back from Kitzbühel to now.
Oh, well, you can't compare Kitzbühel because...
Just
Kitzbühel to now is, I'm a different animal, but I have limitations, you know. I'm not the same animal I was a decade ago when I was a fast guy. But I think I'm still fast. I just don't have the ability to change pace like I used to when I was younger, and so we've had to make accept some things like that, which I would never have accepted as a kid. I would have bashed my head against the wall going, no, there's got to be a way, but I just can't do it. And I found that out in camp. I break, my muscles break, and so I accepted and realised there's other ways to find speed, other ways to get to a level that could potentially make me competitive. And we're getting pretty close. I've just done 2 sprint races in Australia, and I'm running with the best guys in the country. You know, I've always been motivated by challenges, and yeah, the Olympics, it's my last shot at it. And so why wouldn't I take a chance? And unlike many of these other kids, it won't define me. If I get the phone call on April 15, sorry Chris, you missed out, I won't be like it was in April of 2000 where I didn't know what I could do in my life. I sat in my house in Sydney with my hands on my head going, my life is over. I get the phone call the next day, I'll be like, okay, thank you, boom.
Off you go.
Off I go. Like it won't define me, and I think that's the difference. And I know for a lot of young kids, it will define them, and they will be the person I was in 2000. And so it's a completely different vibe. So regret, in 10 years' time, I won't be saying to myself, I wonder how I would have gone had I tried to make the Olympics. There was probably a chance there I could have gone. I'll have answered that. No, I couldn't. I tried and I didn't, or I tried and I did. I go back and win Kona again. 3, 4, what will I feel better?
More of the same.
Yeah, exactly. It really is. It's more of the same. So you're looking for different. And I feel that my decisions have been mine. They haven't been made for me by other people saying, you should win this race because it's important to have 2 of these in your resume or 4 of these.
Well, everything's on the line today in San Diego. It is 71 men trying to get those Olympic spots. Have to expect that Brownlee, that's Johnny Brownlee, into that lead group of about 6 or 8 men coming out of the water. Vasilia first, Brownlee just behind him as well. Courtney Atkinson with a great swim. And now a very fast 10-kilometer run. We're expecting something under 30 minutes. Johnny Brownlee is going to be 30 minutes, we believe, flat for his 10-kilometer run, and that is still taking time to celebrate as he crossed the line. It would have been a sub-30 10-kilometer run.
I was just fighting for every spot out there. This is so tight, this racing, and you move past the guy, then 2 move past. It's like 3 steps forward, 1 step back, but I think it might have been my best performance. You never know. In races past, I thought I was in the top 20 and I was 30, so I'm interested to see how I went.
Are you happy with today?
Well, I couldn't have gone any quicker, so, it's amazing how fast these guys run out of transition. I got through that first lap and thought, man, I got 2 of these to go, and they're just so fast. It's a testament to how hard they train and the quality of athletes they are, and whether I'm on the team or not, I'm looking forward to watching London, and I felt like I shared this journey with a lot of these guys, and I tell you what, to anyone who criticises this draft legal racing, they have got no idea. Blow dry shampoo and come and do it, mate. You got no idea. They're swimming so fast, and they ride very, very well, and they're going out in 4:30 per mile pace. It's obscene. It's obscene.
I think a policy that's just clear cut. When you're an athlete, you're very straight line driven. Set a goal, set your processes, and then execute. And I think that should be the same case in selection. And when you keep the process in the athlete's hand, give them the direction, allow them to set their path, however they want to do that, and give them the whether if they make it. It was all off their back, and if they fail, they can deal with that, because there's 2 now. Emma Snowsill missed an Olympics, has gone on to be our greatest an Olympic gold medalist, and she was screwed up in the process, and I just feel that the Australian system has never done that, and it's a shame. And I realise that many of these kids have no idea who Craig Alexander is, or myself, or they're just like, they're those guys that do that long, slow, funny thing that's in one of those islands. I've been able to meet and race probably the fastest generation of triathletes on earth that have ever lived. The big positives out of it for me are, at 38 years of age, I added speed to the equation for a year, and what 38-year-old Ironman athlete has done that?